Welcome to my little corner in the internet. I'm Nadine. I'm traveling with my dog Marjorie, and I welcome you wholeheartedly to Everyday Alchemy, where I walk the 12-week path of Julia Cameron's The Artist's Way. Journey with me through the mess and magic of life itself. This is week 7, recovering a sense of connection. We are in week 8, and I'm gonna do the recap for week 7. We are currently residing in this beautiful spot, and there's the ocean behind me. Marjorie's in the shadow to my right. This was a very spontaneous thing, so I basically nearly am running out of water, but I'm willing to stop my own hydration for a night here. We're actually staying a little bit further inland, so it's about, I think it's 17 minutes from here, and I wasn't prepared for this beauty and this joy that I felt when I saw the ocean. And none of this is relevant for the recap, but for some reason I just wanted to share that. And week 7 was about recovering a sense of connection. What I loved most about reading this chapter was the mention of the Kabbalion. In the Kabbalion, there is a sort of goddess that is called Neshama. It is the soul who inspires or guides us. It's she who listens. It translates to she who listens. And I was so shocked to learn that from that word, neshama, derive two sounds that are universally used to express something. In the esoteric Judaism of the Kabbalah, the deep self is named neshama, from the root of to hear or listen. The neshama is she who listens, the soul who inspires or guides us. I just thought, when we want to hear something and we can't hear it, we say shh to indicate the noise around us to just stop. So we're saying shh, and that means to hear. And then when we listen to someone and we want to convey that we actually understand what this person is talking about, or we can relate to it, we're saying to encourage and say, yes, we understand what you're talking about. So those sounds that come out of us, they're as old as we are. And that's just mind-blowing. I need to write that down. So a sound I never questioned and that is universally used indicates that the other one should lower their voice in order for me to better hear. So when we in Germany or you in English are saying or aha, you are also indicating, yes, I'm listening. Yes, I get you. Yes, I understand. Yes, I listen. So, I mean, that's just mind-blowing, isn't it? You never think about stuff like that. Or I don't. I mean, I don't know what about you, but I rarely ever think about the sounds that are so universal and that I use on a daily basis, even though I love language. And then something like this comes up. Neshama, she who listens, to hear, and to listen. So that came up. Then we had the 4 pillars of the Recovering a Sense of Connection week, which were listening, perfectionism, risk, and jealousy. We were asked to look at a jealousy map or do a jealousy map to sort of get connected with the tough love friend, indicating that we see in the other what we could also achieve, or what we want to achieve, or what we see the potential in us to achieve too, or what we could do differently or better, or whatever that is. I mean, better is sort of goes in the same lane as perfectionism. It's in the eye of the beholder. There is no better, there is no worse, and also perfectionism doesn't really exist either. So perfectionism is also about letting go, sort of, because I love a quote that was in a book as well. I forgot from whom it was, but it says, art is never finished, it simply stops in interesting places. Because even if you shoot a film or a vlog or whatever, or if you write a book, you will continue on the path of art. You will continue on that, and then you look back, and then you would do things differently, or try to have a different point of view, a different angle, different camera lens. I don't know, but art is never finished, and therefore perfectionism is kind of like an illusion in itself. And then also we have to take risks, because safety is a very expensive illusion. It means that in order to do something well, we must first be willing to do it badly. And that is the risk, the shame, the guilt, the whatever. So I really loved the pillars of this week, and I did nearly finish all of the exercises except the collage of the past, present, and future, because I really was not getting any magazines, and I didn't want to buy new ones because I'm really, really low on money. So I didn't get that done. But I loved listening to an album and just doodle along. I feel like the more of these exercises I do that are about just creating for the sake of creating, I get more confident in just doing something. And I also feel like, I don't know, it's somehow I feel like I'm finding my voice, or the beginnings of my voice, because like perfectionism and anything else, it will never stand still. It's always changing, always evolving. But for the first time, I don't know, maybe it is the recovering a sense of connection to my inner artist or something, but the more I doodle and the more I just create something and trust that intuitive voice within, I feel like this confidence rising. It's almost like I dare, even risking not being good or not liking it, but in the end always liking it. So I really just love that, listening to one album which was like classical music for me, but it doesn't matter. So I did the doodle. I also did the sacred silent retreat. That could be a church, could also be somewhere in the forest, right? Yeah, I think the biggest thing this week was that I allow art in, I allow the flow now, because in a chapter or in the pillar of listening, she mentions something which is, someone thinking something up believes that art lives up here and has to be brought down here. And I really tried this week to sort of just get something down, which means it's not about the doing, it's more of the like just receiving notion, if that makes sense. So whatever I did this week, I let go of that grip of control. I let go of that notion that I have to do something, have to act in a certain way, or get some download or whatever. When I sat down to doodle and to listen, I just let it happen. When I did something in the garden, when I did some cooking, even when I met new people, I sort of lost that stress of directing and controlling my environment and other people and holding conversations. And I mean, I'm in France. My French is really bad. I mean, I understand almost everything if it's not too fast, that the way they speak, but me speaking is like not really the thing. However, every interaction I had, I sort of enjoyed using all of my hands and like gestures and trying to communicate. And I don't know, it really it's sort of like a mindset and a way of life. I think that mindset of not thinking something up, but getting something down, just receiving and letting it flow. And it doesn't mean that you don't do anything, because intuitively I got like a few things that came to mind, which then I did write that email or did that phone call or sent that message or recorded that voice message or shot a really nice angle in the garden of something like that. Like I wasn't in, I received something and then I sort of made it happen, but I didn't think something up just for something to happen. I don't know if words can translate the difference, but this week, in week 7, recovering a sense of connection, this was like, I think, the big thing for me. And that is it. That is it. You know why? Because now I'm gonna just relax. Do you know, I bought a croissant today. I had a croissant French experience right by the beach after yoga, and I enjoyed it so much. I have really high hopes for week 8. I love it. I just really can recommend this process. Like, just stick with it, try it. Yeah, trust the process, really. The artist's way is precious, and Julia Cameron, I thank you so much, and everyone who helped you on that journey of writing that book, and every student you had who had this experience that you really can find your inner artist. And guys, I love you. More happy than the ocean, and you're so close. It's right there. It's right there. It's so gorgeous.